Hi guys, this is Steven and welcome in episode 7 of my Consumer 2020 show. This time I want to talk about Tesla and why I think Tesla did something that is really amazing and that proves to me that they are a company that is customer first without compromise. The second thing I want to do in this show is answer the question of Peter de Neve. He asked me the most frequently asked question in the history of all my speeches, lectures and blogs. It is the famous B2B question. Welcome in the show. Customer first without compromise. It's a sentence that I have been using for a year and a half now, and it's like the summary of visiting 50 leading companies in Silicon Valley that have been saying to us that it's not really about technology, but that it's about the consequence of technology, that it's about digital first actually means customer first without compromise. And I wanted to share today an example of what Tesla did a few weeks ago. We all know Tesla, right? It's like the one of the coolest companies and of this time by Elon Musk, probably the entrepreneur of this time. He created PayPal, sold it to eBay, he has SpaceX, and he has of course Tesla. And the latest model that Tesla launched was in October last year, and besides the fact that it's one of the fastest cars that you can buy as an individual, I think it goes to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.2 seconds, which is amazing. But the real cool feature of that new car was the autopilot. So it was in fact the first driverless car, which means that if you let go of the steering wheel, the car keeps on driving. If you fall asleep, the car takes you home. So I think that's an amazing feature. And at that time, I was pretty naive. I thought, you know what, this is really smart because now a lot of the early adopters of Tesla will buy the new one because they want to have the autopilot function, which is the coolest function, right? So I thought we're gonna have a lot of Teslas on the used car market, and I was thinking about that in a scenario like that. And then a few weeks ago, Tesla announced that they would upgrade the existing Teslas and that every Tesla driver in the world would get the autopilot for free. And I was thinking, okay, this is an example of customer first without compromise. Because if you would reason in the short term way of selling, you would think, okay, if we have this cool new feature, everyone will buy a new one, like a new iPhone, only a bit more expensive, the Tesla. But they decided to give it away for free, and it almost passed like nothing in the press and on blogs, but my feeling is this is really the example of customer first without compromise. You invent something so cool that you give it away for free to your existing clients. I think I've never seen an example like that, and I'm pretty sure it will benefit in the long run and it will build the brand in the long run. So if you ever want to have a cool example of customer first without compromise, and the without compromise part is the most important part of the sentence, think of what Tesla just did a few weeks ago. Upgrade existing clients for free. Okay, Peter de Neve, thanks for asking me a question through Facebook. Peter asked me the B2B question. He said, we've been hearing a lot about customer centricity and most of the examples are B2C. That's true. And the main reason is that B2C is more public than B2B. But I'm a B2B guy, you know, I've always worked in B2B. I worked in a business school, which is B2B. I worked at Insights Consulting, which is a research firm, which is B2B services. Today I have my lectures, I have my consulting, I have my tours, and it's B2B. So I've always been a B2B guy, and I try to apply most of the things that I'm talking about in real life. And you have a lot of B2B companies that are really cool in customer service. A lot of B2B companies that are really cool with content marketing. If you want to have a great B2B example in content marketing, think about Maersk. You know, they're moving containers. They're like that's like the most boring industry in the world, but still they have a huge fan base. They have brilliant content marketing. Maersk is probably one of the best and most kept, or the best kept secrets in content marketing in B2B. And I believe, you know, if you're in B2B or in B2C, it doesn't matter. We live in this world today where every single one of us is living in this digital world, and it is changing the perception. In fact, it's increasing the expectations that we have towards brands. And if you're in B2C or B2B, you work with the same people who have higher expectations than 5 years ago. The only problem with B2B marketeers is that a lot of them still think that B2B stands for boring to boring and not for business to business. So the only advice that I can give you, Peter, is don't think as a B2B company, just think as an individual that lives in this digital world, and don't think that B2B stands for boring to boring. I think that would be a huge mistake to make. Thanks for the question, by the way. This was episode 7, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. I hope you will share it. I hope you will subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, please send them through Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, Instagram. Use the comments down below. I don't care. Choose your preferred channel. I'll be happy to answer the questions, and I hope to see you next week for episode 8. Bye-bye.